everyone. I'm Bill Chenard, the Pembroke Town Manager, and welcome to This Week in Pembroke. I have several items on the agenda here today. The first is I'm going to talk about some meetings. We have a heavy week of meetings over the next several days, and so some pretty key items on some of those agendas. So I think it's important that we have a quick discussion about that. So the first one is Pembroke Drug Prevention Coalition is meeting at North Pembroke Elementary School on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. That meeting is also available via Zoom for anybody who wants to tune in and take a look. They do such great work for our community in helping to prevent drug abuse. Tune in, take a look, see what's going on there, and support them. Next one is the select board meeting. That is Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I'll note a site change. We're going to be meeting at the Pembroke Public Library. And the big item on the agenda Wednesday night is the tax classification hearing. The assessors are going to come in, or our chief assessor and the board, and talk to the select board about tax classification. The board will then take a vote regarding that. And then the assessors will then set a tax rate. This year is a certification year, which means that the board has been under audit procedures from the Massachusetts Department of Revenue Division of Local Services. And so they're working through that certification process and are almost 100% complete with that. So tune in for that. As I said, that's really a joint meeting with the Board of Assessors. They're also scheduled there at 7 p.m. on Wednesday at the Pembroke Public Library. Library trustees will also be meeting at the same time in the library trustees room at the Pembroke Public Library. If you're interested or want to talk to the trustees, it's a public meeting. You can show up and have a chat with them. Two big meetings on Thursday. The first is the Public Safety Building Committee. As you know, we're working through plans to build a new public safety building. That committee meets Thursday at 6 p.m. In the second floor conference room at Pembroke Town Hall. They'll be talking about plans with the architect and looking at some debt scenarios so the committee can understand how public debt works. And then the last meeting I'm going to talk about is the Conservation Commission. They're meeting on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the same room immediately after the Public Safety Building Committee. They have a couple items on their agenda to extend order of conditions. Order of conditions are when someone applies for a permit process through the Conservation Commission, they issue an order of conditions which say this is what you must do to complete your project. Two properties, 306 Oldham Street and 50 Allen Street, have asked for an extension in that. Conservation will also be talking about 190 Barker Street, which is the Logie Conservation property, and some requests by me for a determination of applicability. We want to start to improve that, improve access, take down some of the remaining buildings that are unsafe, and then talk about where we want to go into the future. I'll also be giving them an update on the Logie and where we're at. With available funding and some other things. So if you're interested in that, absolutely pop into the Conservation Commission. Again, 7 o'clock Thursday evening at Pembroke Town Hall on the second floor. Changing subjects, the next item I want to talk about is the Congress Street Bridge. As many residents are aware, the bridge collapsed and failed. We've been working through that. We met with the design engineers last week and to talk about the final design and have the town approve that design. The next step is permitting of that design. We'll be scheduling with the Pembroke Conservation Commission to go over all of the bridge work and the design, the head walls, the flow rates, etc. And then also requesting through Mass DEP, Department of Environmental Protection, which must approve this project, and the Army Corps of Engineers, because it's a cold water fishery stream. It must be approved by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So we're going to be working through that as quickly as we possibly can with our design engineers, our town's consultant. After that, we will immediately go out to bid for the project with the goal of completing the work by next spring, hopefully in the April-May timeframe. So as I've recently made a point of discussing some of the high school sports items, get out, take a look at some of these. Our sports teams are exciting. It's a fun thing to do with the youngsters or yourself or anyone. There's a cross country meet on Saturday, 10 o'clock at Hingham. To encourage people to take a look. The soccer team, the boys soccer, I'm super excited about this. I wanna chat about this. They actually have a couple of games, one at noon on Saturday at Nauset. Go down to Nauset, have lunch at the Cape, see a great soccer team. Kudos to our soccer team. I thought about not discussing this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I think they're good enough to overcome any jinx I might put on them. They're undefeated, folks. They're undefeated. 2 games left. Three. There's one today, Tuesday, but this won't air probably until after that. So undefeated. So they have Saturday at Nauset and then on Monday at 3:30 at Silver Lake. So get out, cheer them on. If you see the soccer team around town, just give them a pat on the back and say, wonderful job. What a great season. Girls soccer has 3 games upcoming. Friday at 3:30 against Plymouth South at home, Saturday at 11 against Nauset at home, and Monday at 4 o'clock against North Quincy. Football has a big game at home this week against Quincy at 7 o'clock on Friday. And then finally, the field hockey team has 2 games upcoming. Wednesday, that's this Wednesday at 3:45 versus Duxbury, and then again Thursday at 3:30 at West Bridgewater. So get out. It's super fun. High school sports are so exciting. You can watch the Patriots on TV, but it's nothing like hearing parents and kids and the excitement of a good high school sports game. So that's all I have. As I always do, thank you to PAC TV for wonderful support, and talk to you again next week.